in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They go play action here on first down to Michelle on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Gets it to Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Sony Michel, his first carry. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll look to throw. He'll check this one down to Michel. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Forbath will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. But they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
Ohio! Flex round!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, a nice spin. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Flex round!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And a stoppage here. A timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Derek Rivers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now out come the Patriots. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Ohio! Ohio!
They begin with Michel on the ground, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Brianne Bonnie Calhoun. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And an alley to run. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harris. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
On 2nd down, Michelle. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Back to throw. Rolling to his left. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way through contact. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats inbounds.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make some...
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake. Now back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
He's going to get it running right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd down, Michel. And he fights through one man. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Three down. Watch 10. Ship. Take four.
And they'll go on the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On play action, they'll throw. They're able to find Dorsett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ohio! I can't believe they let you play.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
They'll look to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Ohio! He's cracked. He's checking crack. You got tight right there.
On 3rd down, that's White. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. Forbath, the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Check. Crunch.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14.
Flex round.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 47. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The tackle made by Derek Rivers. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fight.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Derek Rivers in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation. And now here's another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play. Came across and knocked it away.
On third down. That's Lindsey. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for banners. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking side.